Hello friends, it is Catherine Massell here, Conscious Creatrix, and this is the weekly energy check-in for the week of June 9th, 2019. Hello, happy Sunday, and I wish you all right off the bat just a beautiful, beautiful week. It's time to anchor into gratitude for what is working out and what is going good for you, and kind of setting forth the intention of what you want to create this week by having gratitude ahead of the event. And I'll talk about that in a second, because that's going to be a big energy for helping you push through for another intense wave of energies. Really, it feels like a swell of energies coming in this week for us. So as I do every week, I check into the overall vibe of the energies. I kind of take an energetic snapshot of what's happening. And there is, yes, I know you don't want to hear it, but another massive wave, and it feels like actually a swell of energies that are going to be really intense this week, and it's bringing in a particular theme that's going to hit all of us in the fields in kind of a big way this week. So this swell of energy, if you could close your eyes and imagine almost like a tsunami type effect, a wave that has such a sweep of energy and momentum behind it that it carries such an intense, profound energy with it, something that feels so big, so colossal. It's like a mammoth wave that can kind of sweep you up and sweep you under and kind of take you into the undertow if you let it. So this is an opportunity this week. It's an invitation from the universe this week to be more in control of what we are feeling. And what it's going to translate for many of us, and what it's going to feel like, I got like a little alfalfa thing happening here, is that, and it pains me to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway, there's a lot of victim energy happening. And if we are getting more aware of where we are holding on to victim energy and blaming events or blaming people in our lives, experiences that kind of happen that trigger us in a certain way, if we're still playing the victim in any way, shape, or form, this is going to come up in a massive, massive way this week. Because this massive swell of energy I'm talking about is like, it churns up everything under the surface and brings it way up and kind of washes it on the shores of your subconscious. So it's going to be intense this week. If you're playing the victim anywhere in your life, this is going to show up for you. And for those of you who are getting that in check, and maybe you've gotten really present and aware and moving your focus away from blaming anyone outside of you for the way your life is, or the way things are turning out, or the way you wish they were turning out and they're not because of this person, that event, or whatever, I want to direct your attention to those, I want to direct attention, I should say, to those of you who are saying, these universal energies have got me, blah, blah, blah. Because you're playing the victim to that as well. You are still having a victim mentality if any way, shape, or form you are saying or giving over your energy to, well, this sweeping massive energy hitting the planet is making me feel like, or has got me feeling, or has got me doing, or has got me not sleeping. It's time for you to take full responsibility for what this massive awakening process that's happening for us is bringing to the surface for you. That is all these energies are doing, is bringing to the surface and churning up from the bottom of, our deepest unconscious levels, and washing this up literally with this swell of energies on the shores of your subconscious, right at the surface, where your conscious mind is able to pick it up and say, hey, this is happening. Hey, this has been happening for a long time. It's time for me to address this and bring it up. That is only and ever what the universal energies, this massive wave of change hitting the planet, is doing for you. It's bringing all that stuff up that you need to see. And I know some of you are lamenting this and saying, okay, but this has been happening forever now. When is it going to stop? It's not. It stops when you're dead. I'm not going to candy coat this for you. It stops when you're dead. Because the moment you stop having experiences, you stop being a human. You literally stop breathing. You stop living. You stop being. So experiences are meant to bring in emotions. That is the pact, the agreement that we had, that we understood fully when we came here to this planet, that we were going to have experiences, we were going to experience events, go through changes. Everything about being here is about change, and it is about our emotional response to it. One of the reasons we're here, if you want to call it learning, if you want to call it remembering, is to go through all the different fields of the emotional spectrum of experience and kind of savor them, relish them, move through them. We weren't ever meant to hold on to any of them. But the truth about what's happening, and as these massive swells of energy frequencies are coming in and kind of jarring your whole reality, it's there for a reason. Because you're stagnating in some sort of energy imprint that you're never meant to stay in. You're meant to change and transform. If there's one consistent thing about being here on this planet at this time, is that change will always come. You can depend on it. You can bank on it. You can bet on it. And if we are unwilling to move in grace with this change, you're going to be uncomfortable. A lot. And so those of you who are saying, well, when is this going to end? When is this going to be over? You are playing the victim to energies, call them the energies of the universe, the waves of change, the upgrading frequency of the planet. You're blaming your particular plight of not wanting to move forward on these universal energies. You're playing the victim. Just because you're not playing the victim to a person or a particular experience, instead you're doing it saying, well, it's the cosmos that's making me feel this way. It's the entire universe that's making me feel this way. No, it's not making you do anything. You are using it, sorry, not sorry, as an excuse to stay right where you are. To keep pretending to not know something about yourself that is keeping you from moving forward and having a better quality of life. When do you think you might stop doing this? So the universe is bringing in a lot of energy this week where you're probably going to be uncomfortable. It's probably a good 85% chance of you being uncomfortable with something, someone, some event, some trigger, some experience this week. And it's going to make you question a lot of things. That is for a reason, because it is for your human growth. Your soul already knows who you are. It's not for your soul's growth. It's for your human growth. To embrace more of your soul consciousness, more of your oversoul, more of your soul body, more of your divine purpose, your divine mission of why you're here. If you're not growing as a human, you can't embrace and embody this way of being. So where are you kind of shutting off your human experience and saying, you know what, I'm not going to recognize this emotion. I'm not going to move forward. Because recognizing and moving through the emotions is all about how we move forward here on this planet at this time. And if you want to embrace a better way of being, a higher quality of life, if you have a vision for yourself, if you've opened up your imagination to a greater way of being, everything that you're doing right now where you're pretending not to know something about yourself, you're keeping yourself right where you are. And you don't get to blame the universe for making you feel tired or fatigued or stressed or overwhelmed or anything. Fill in the blank. We don't get to play victim to the universe as a whole anymore for why we are disempowering, disinheriting our reality and our way of being and our power. So how do you move through this week? How do you anchor in an energy that helps you to be in the grace and the flow of this change instead of feeling at odds with it? You want to have a lot of gratitude this week. It's going to make this transition, and this week is very much a transition, don't get me wrong. How do you move through this transition this week with a lot more ease and joy and flow? Gratitude. Gratitude. This is a time to think about and really anchor in your desired ways of being. What does that feel like? Let go a little bit, and I'm always talking about, letting go of the outcome of what it has to look like. What does it feel like? What do you want it to feel like? Your highest ideal of self, what would it feel like to be her or him? Move into that this week and have gratitude ahead of that showing up. Meaning, when you have an energy of gratitude, the universe recognizes this as a broadcast, a signal that says, this thing's already here. If you're grateful for something, it's the same thing as saying, you know what, I have this right now, this beautiful plant right here. I'm very grateful for it. It's here, I can touch it, I can even smell it, I can touch the soil. It's very real, it's very tangible. Whatever you're making this real this week, and somebody's cutting down a tree. If you can feel it like it's here, guess what's going to happen? The universe is going to send you more energy of flow, more energy of being present, more energy of feeling prosperous, abundant, aligned with your desired vision of self. Have gratitude ahead of the event. It doesn't matter if it feels like a long shot going inside. It doesn't matter if what you want feels like unattainable right now, or you don't have the gifts and the tools to make it happen right now. Be grateful for it like it's here. Because there's something about broadcasting that signal to the universe that says, you're in flow. You're feeling open. Your heart is wide open. You are feeling aligned with your environment. You are feeling in a sense of flow and grace with your present circumstances. So the universe just sends you more of that. So that's how you can kind of overcome and work, I don't want to say overcome, but work with these energies this week and be in more grace and alignment with them instead of feeling at odds, because there are going to be moments this week where you're really going to feel at odds. In those moments, be present enough to move into gratitude. It will help you out immensely. Mark my words. It'll make a huge difference in your energy and allow you to feel like the universe has your back, because it's going to start showing you things right away that you're grateful for, even if it's ahead of the event, even if it hasn't showed up. You're going to start seeing clues of that thing showing up. So keep the gratitude this week. Keep the flow this week. Keep your heart open. It's going to be tough for some of you, because this is going to feel for some of you like this last push of something that has needed to move out for some time. Let it ride. Just let it ride, sister. Let it move out. Let it be. Let yourself be. Trust that you have all the tools at your disposal to be able to move through these energies with some grace this week. So I want to wish you so much love and peace. I hope this message has hit you well, found you well, and I want to wish you just the best week ahead. Breathe, be present, be in gratitude. Bye-bye.